It is October 2015 in the coastal city of Savannah, Georgia. It's not too hot as steady breezes sweep through the city, a welcome change over the more scathing summer days. Across the Savannah River is the Savannah International Trade and Convention Center. In it, the Ocean Exchange is taking place, an annual event that spans over several days in which organizations from around the world advance and promote their cutting-edge innovations and solutions with an emphasis on positive impact on the environment, economy, and health. It's a pretty big deal. One of the finalists at this year's event is QCoefficient. Their solution?
I harness the drywall and concrete in large commercial buildings as a thermal energy storage medium. We turn the chillers on at night, the air conditioning on at night. We make it uncomfortably cold, but you don't care because you're not in the building. We cool all that surface area down by a degree, 2 degrees. You can't tell the difference. And that's an enormous amount of energy in that much surface area. That cold now during the day will bleed out of the walls slowly and take a huge bite out of what would otherwise be the air conditioning load.
Basically, turning buildings into batteries. Now, we know it might sound cool, but perhaps it would be best to show you why you would truly need this innovation. Let's set the scene. It's hot. Like, really hot. But turning up the air conditioning during peak hours is kissing your money goodbye. So you're either dealing with an unproductive staff trying to work through an uncomfortable office environment, or you're considering letting some go to cut costs. Like Stanley here. Fortunately for us, and for Stanley, QCoefficient has the solution, turning buildings into batteries.
You can cycle the drywall and concrete as often as you want. There's no degradation in performance. Like you'd find in a battery, you can cycle so many times. So a lot of advantages in the existing drywall and concrete. It's free.
You hear that? It's free. I'm sure you're already thinking about how you've landed on a gold mine, right? After all, drywalls are virtually everywhere. I like the enthusiasm, but not so fast. The culprit of air conditioning inefficiency and expensive costs are high lift conditions, or put simply, operation during the hottest part of the day.
And we're shifting that electric use to 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning when we have the most efficient and cleanest generating plants generating electricity. So we know even if we just broke even on electric use, just shifting it from daytime to nighttime, we can take 30, 40% of the carbon out of the air.
It's free and environmentally friendly? I like what I'm hearing so far, and I'm sure Stanley is too. Now, all of this would not be possible if it wasn't for QCoefficient software. Their software algorithms adjust to the unique parameters of the building. This ensures that the building is always operating at peak efficiency based on its physical construction.
One of the local Atlanta building operators tried to replicate what we do. They said they confirmed that our science works. They said they also confirmed that it would take them 200 man days to figure out the next day's strategy, and we could figure it out instead in an hour.
It seems that QCoefficient has a solid idea and is ready to implement it in numerous companies across the nation. However, every idea needs its big break to ensure it's fully actualized. The Ocean Exchange was able to provide that for QCoefficient.
Ocean Exchange is a neat story. I was presenting at an investor conference in New York, and the executive director of Ocean Exchange was in the audience. And she tapped me to participate in their competition. We got picked as a finalist. Then we were invited to Savannah to get up in front of some more people to pitch our technology. A whole bunch of company executives, scientists, techies. It's a pretty interesting group of people. I would say one of the better managed tech competitions. A lot of coaching resources for the presenters, good questions from the audience. Particularly surprised at how many executives showed up from the sponsoring companies there in person for the whole couple of days. Usually people lend their names to competitions like that, but not their executive time. It was a really well done conference.
Imagine what could happen if this was implemented on a larger scale.
You could literally control the price of electricity in Manhattan. Every time that price wants to creep up, we just take it out at the knees. And all it takes is 7 to 10% of the buildings using our software. At that point, saving somebody some money in the electric bill becomes a side issue. And now you've reduced the price of electricity for all electric users in Manhattan. We think you have enough buildings doing this. You can reduce the price of electricity for all the consumers in all the big cities. And if you allow us to scale up a little bit larger, we can have the same effect on how the electric grid operates, and we can have that same kind of a scale effect on carbon emissions.
Their software has proven capable of creating up to 30% energy savings and reducing carbon emissions while not sacrificing your comfort while at work. Now you have the ability to work comfortably at your cubicle, and Stanley here gets to keep his job. If that isn't a win-win, then I don't know what is.